You told us so confidently and so certainly about Brexit. That put us off. This is what I've been told. Now, I do seek to avoid saying, I told you so, but here is an instance where, at least in one comment that I've had, the response is, you told us. My name's Mike Cashman. If you find what I'm saying interesting or useful, please subscribe to the channel, buy the satirical books or music. Until 12th of December, if you buy these two CDs, Brexit's a Musical Trick, and I don't beg pardon, I'm talking bollocks from the Rose Garden, you can get a free book with it, the paperback of the words. Any two CDs. Just buy them on Amazon or Etsy, I'll put the free book in. But you told us so confidently, you told us so certainly that it put us off. So, you know, apparently, this is what I've been told, so apparently I'm to blame for Brexit because the certainty of my statements caused people to vote for Brexit in reaction. Well, I may plead guilty to a small extent, to some degree of certainty, what I said before the referendum. I'm saying to a small extent because I didn't do an enormous amount before the referendum. I did share a song called Brexitian Fantasy, which was shared hundreds of times on social media. There are some posts that I made where I recall including a measure of uncertainty, saying that the process of Brexit, if it's undertaken, will be longer, more complex and more expensive than anybody currently envisages, but it's hard to say how much. There are some things that I was certain about, such as the border with Northern Ireland would be a problem. So yeah, I'm happy to plead guilty to some degree of certainty. So if my tone was wrong and, hey, if that caused some people to vote for Brexit in reaction, well, apparently Brexit is my fault. But there was no intention to be superior. I don't believe in abusing those who have different political views. So I don't believe in calling people who are pro the EU. Don't believe in calling them Ramonas. I don't believe in the terms of abuse that are sometimes used in the other direction. I won't repeat them here. But any term that's used for a group of people which is not purely factual, such as people who voted for Brexit or people who voted for Remain, that's not purely factual and that's not a term that the people themselves would use, then, why use it other than to cause division? But anyway, so I don't believe in I told you so. I don't believe in abuse. But apparently the certainty put people off. But I do think it's interesting. And, it's one comment. I'm not saying that it's a trend necessarily, may become so. But it's interesting that we move from the content of what was said to the way that it was said. So instead of saying what you said was wrong, it's now that the way that you said it wasn't persuasive. And by the way, I'm not diminishing the point that it was important to understand the mindset of those who eventually voted Leave better than the Remain campaigners, for example, did. That was clearly a failing. But I do think at the same time that it's interesting to move from what you said was wrong to what you told us was not told in the right way. So we're moving from the content of the message to the way that you said it. There are some things that we can be certain about. There seem to be more and more people in this country being certain that Brexit was not a good idea for this country. Now, what we do about it is a separate matter, but that is the initial step. Anyway, as I say, I'm Mike Cashman. If you find this interesting or useful, please subscribe to the channel. And if on Amazon or Etsy before December the 12th, if you buy two CDs, so it could be these two, or, you might buy one for yourself and one, and, the same one again for a friend. But just buy them on Amazon or Etsy before the December the 12th, then I will include a free paperback book with all the lyrics of all the Brexit musical, and it's got about 80 satirical songs and poems in altogether. I'm Mike Cashman. Thank you for watching. Please add your comments.